I really have some interesting theories to talk about what I think is going to happen in this series, but before I do, I want to bring up one thing that kind of bugs me a little bit, and most likely it can be fixed or explained later on, but at this moment and at the time of the end of this episode, it really just bugs me a lot. Okay, Slain. I like Slain as a character. He's really badass, and so far out of the two main characters we have, Inaho and Slain, I like Slain a lot more. Now, you're not gonna tell me, Slain, escaping from a floating castle in one of their, fighter jets or whatever they call it, okay? They're mechs, they're mech fucking jets. They fly out of the floating castle, Slain does, and he doesn't get shot down. Yes, there's one other captain of a floating castle that wants to interrogate Slain because about information of Aldnoah. For instance, supposedly Slain's father was working on Aldnoah technology or research, so most likely there's going to be more part of that right there. But the big thing is that Slain was able to escape a floating fucking castle, floating fortress, without being tracked down, hunted down. This can easily be explained. It can easily be explained next episode, but I'm just saying with the way this is, yeah. Besides that, the episode was very, very, very good. For one thing, Inaho shows that he's not just always going to win. For instance, it shows that he has his downfalls too. I mean, from the majority of the episodes we've seen, Inaho comes up with these plans, these awesome, intelligent plans. He uses, like, blast radiuses and stuff like that, removing and making them fall into the water, different stuff like that. But with this episode, Inaho's plans failed to take down the floating fucking arms about to crush him, and you see Slain come in and save the day. Now, I have no problem with Slain saving the day, because I have seen this a lot in anime, so I'm not even going to complain there. That is fine, I can look past it, and I mean, it was obvious that was eventually going to happen, so there's no problem I have where Slain comes in at the last moment and saves them. But the big thing is, I'm glad it shows that Inaho can lose. That's exactly what I'm happy with, because that actually shows progression with his character, because he's not just the freaking human genius high schooler. He's not always going to be completely outsmarting everybody in front of him. So that really right there makes me connect with his character a lot more. Now, I want to bring up something about Inaho's character. A lot of people, and even myself included, I have stated Inaho's kind of an emotionless character. With this episode, in the past couple episodes, noticing it and looking back, I noticed that Inaho does have a personality. He does have emotions, he just doesn't show it on his face, because clearly in this episode, you can see he cares about his officer, superior officer Yuki. He also cares about some form of his friends, and he definitely cares about the princess. So, clearly he has emotions, he does care, he's not showing them. He's not showing them on his face. I don't know. I don't know why he's not doing that, but he's not showing them on his face, but you can honestly tell the way he stares at the characters and the way the atmosphere is around his character and all that, it seems like he does care. Now, getting off the point of that and the character development of Inaho and getting to see a little bit of Slain, how he escapes the floating fortress, I want to talk about a couple things. So, officially, at the beginning of this episode, Earth and Mars are officially at war now. It's officially at war. You have the Verse Emperor just state, like, we're at war, we're coming to hunt you down, stuff like that. And then you have, Earth about to fight. And so, right there, we get to find out that the fight is going to continue onward. But there's one other thing that popped up. Okay, so we've seen for the past couple episodes with the post-traumatic stress disorder soldier. I forget his name. I don't know his name yet because he hasn't had so much screen time to where I've gotten around to learning his name. But he does have the same voice actor of Zoro from One Piece, so I'm just going to call him Zoro for now. So anyway, Zoro. I can't even do that. I can't even call this character Zoro. Okay, the post-traumatic stress officer. That is what I want to call him. Okay, the post-traumatic stress officer pretty much reveals a little bit of his backstory in this episode. We slowly have subtle hints in each individual episode of something happened a long time ago on Heaven's Fall. And in this episode, we see a flashback, and we see this Aldnoah standing in this fire, and you see post-traumatic stress soldier just holding his friend as he looks like he's dying, John, and the flashback ends. So, a lot of shit went down, and supposedly from what we heard this episode is, they had regular freaking army tanks that we would see in today's war, fighting a fucking mech, like an Aldnoah mech. Holy shit, they're fucked. I mean, seriously. Yeah, there is no way you can fight something like that with a freaking tank. That thing makes mincemeat out of regular freaking mechs. So, yeah. Wow, it was that. No wonder he has post-traumatic stress, because, I mean, imagine the carnage he probably saw. One-sided fucking fight, like a manslaughter. I mean, that'd have been terrible. But the big thing I do want to bring up now, let's talk about a couple of theories. So they pretty much laid out the groundwork of what we should probably expect. Most likely it's going to happen. It really is a theory, but at the exact same time, it can't be because it's pretty obvious what they might do. For instance, Slane, as I talked about earlier in this review, I said that, his father was doing research on Aldnoah. We find out that Aldnoah stems from Mars. It's like this technology or some form of ancient relics or something. I didn't really see much into that, but it was something that's only on Mars. I'm guessing material resource, something like that. And then you had the Ver's Empire, the grandpa of our princess, find it, and he had to integrate it into his DNA to where he can access Aldnoah technology. And the only way you can activate it is by being a descendant from him, or if he gives the ability to do it to you. And that's where the floating fortresses came about, the knights. And so I like that a lot. It really explains a lot, but the big thing is that Slane's father was also researching this. So it makes me believe that Slane knows how to build Aldnoahs, and you have the Ver's Princess on board with Slane and Inaho, and the Ver's Princess can access this technology since she can activate it, so you have two parts of the puzzle. And then you have Inaho, that's a master at piloting a mech, because we've seen him pilot a mech like a fucking badass. So Slane is going to give the knowledge to do Aldnoah. The princess is going to be able to allow them to activate the Aldnoah, and Inaho is going to drive or use the Aldnoah's machine. So, right there, that's the three big pieces that are set up in this episode, and we should expect later on, because the next big step, the only way to win against the Martians in a war, is by using these mechs, these Aldnoah drives that were explained in this episode. And so, I'm looking forward to see exactly how they will do that, and it's really piqued my interest about this series. Now, overall, one thing I do want to know about is more about Heaven's Fall. Yes, it's pretty obvious what Heaven's Fall is by now, but, I mean, the carnage of it just seems to be on a colossal scale. You gotta think, a moon falling fucking down on Earth would be colossal. I'm surprised Earth is actually still fucking standing after a moon, half the fucking moon falling down on the Earth, so it's pretty colossal damage. But the big thing, though, is that I wonder if inside the moon, if there's any, resources or stuff like Aldnoah. For instance, you know how Aldnoah is found on Mars, a different planet? What if inside the moon, there was that technology, the Aldnoah technology, inside of the moon? And when the moon broke in half, some of that stuff that was locked away in the core of the moon fell to Earth. That could be possible. That could be where they can get the material to do it. And that'd be really interesting if that did happen. And supposedly from what we saw in the flashback, with post-traumatic stress soldier, we saw that there was another, Aldnoah drive being used, one of those mechs, and so most likely that mech might have died from the moon falling, and which in turn might also offer them technology to be able to build another one. So tell me your thoughts about this episode, everybody. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe, and Chibi out.